New strategy will absolutely slow down your business, absolutely will slow down your team. And this is not something that I will tell you that you should adapt new strategy or that you like that adapting or pivoting in strategy is bad. You gotta do what you gotta do. My intention for this life is simply for you to walk away what you should do before you adapt anything new in your business, in your strategy, and also more importantly, if like to like really answer the question, if you should, if it is a strategy problem, because sometimes it's not a strategy problem. Sometimes the issue lies in way deeper in how we show up in our businesses and how we show up for ourselves. So that's what we're going to talk about. Listen, sometimes we are in business, and I don't know about you, but ever since I started our business, I had this feeling that I need to be further along in my journey. I need to be further along in my practice. I need to make more money. I need to serve more customers. I need to do more. I need to do more live streams. I need to have more visibility. My podcast should perform better. And that kind of like got me on the spiral, not necessarily on the spiral, but got me on this journey that like it must be something else that I need to be doing. It must be a strategy. But let me tell you like a real story. Before I like really had this experience with entrepreneurship, with marketing, with sales, I thought like, okay, if I adopt a strategy, then I will expedite my business. I will make my success faster. It will it will be faster for me, right? It will be my quantum leap. It will like I will collapse time and space and I will get progress faster. Here's one thing that I did not consider, that every adaptation for a strategy will slow me down, will slow you down by about 20%. Why? So it's because like number one, you have to get good at the strategy, at the methodology, because like if you can't, like if you are not able to execute what is required, right? Like let's say um live stream funnel, right? There are a lot of moving pieces, right? Like I do live streams like quite a bit, but also like there's a certain way you have to present, there's a certain time you have to stream, there's a certain time, there's a certain activities you have to do before and after. There are a lot of moving components, and that slows, like that initially slowed me down. I felt like, okay, I had consultations, I had I had movement in my business, but then it slows me down. The same thing when I started like actively adapting LinkedIn, it slowed me down. But the thing is, right? If you're thinking about like, okay, I need to progress further, and I need to do something differently in my business so I can propel further. I would encourage you to reflect on this. The strategy alone, like new strategy, new playbook, new funnel, hiring a new business consultant, it is a good it is a good move when you approach it with the right with the right grounding state in your mind. And again, for the last couple of weeks I was going live and I was talking about that mind is a system. Sometimes we use a strategy. Sometimes we hire a business consultant, a business coach as a tool to regulate our like nervous system, for the lack of a better word, because we're panicking. We think that we are not able to execute, we lack clarity why something is not happening in my business, why something is not happening with my team, why my sales are slowing down, why why something is not working for me in my business. Must be something wrong with me, and you don't have clarity. And in internal family system, and this is evidence-based approach, one of the quality of self is clarity. Clarity is a quality of self. And clarity, it is not something that you buy. Clarity, it is not something that you train for. Clarity, it is not something that a coach, a therapist, a hypnotherapist, a, a mentor will give it to you. Clarity is something that you already have. Your clarity is like to gain clarity as is to address your parts that are either reactive. You don't have clarity because there are parts of you that are protecting something, that are protecting your exiles. And your exiles are parts that are wounded, that parts that are scared or experience some sort of negative events, and now they're firing up. And in business specifically, when we're building a business, all our internal exiles, all our issues, they will be activated. For me personally, like when I started my career as a psychotherapist, as a psychologist, I went to therapy. That was one of the requirements for one of the programs that I was a part of. I was studying Gestalt therapy in Gestalt therapy in that program. That was a requirement that I have to go. I have to see a therapist in order to be a therapist. So, and that was a transformational experience. But when I started my business, it was a true mirror to me. All of my reactivity, all of my fears, all of my not addressed issues, all of my relationship issues, all of my personal issues, and the strategy. Let me tell you, the strategy doesn't work until you do, until your internal system, until your mind, until your self, your true self. And this is a scientific term, not your we may call it higher self, we may call it whatever, but like inside in internal family system, and then it's an evidence-based approach. Until you are acting from the energy of self, until you are approaching your challenge with a state of calmness, with a state of creativity, with a state of curiosity, with a state of courage, with a state of connectedness, with a state of clarity, nothing will work. Because listen, I've been in rooms where people would pay $30,000, where people would pay $15,000, and they would work with the world class business owners, with the world class coaches. And those are not necessarily the beginners, right? And time again, I notice the same pattern. Until people are acting from integrity, from their true self, nothing is working. They either get stuck in the modules, they either get stuck in like in the weeds. They either or they're at some point they're just consuming. In other words, there are other parts that will come to play and they will not allow you to execute. Or people start executing because they paid a lot of money. And like, I don't know about you, but if I pay $30,000, I better start executing like immediately. And that execution will slow me down by 20%, by the way. But then, like, there's uncertainty. I don't see the result. Like I paid a lot of money, I invested in a high level coaching, and I don't see the results. I don't see the outcome. I don't see the return on my investment. And then you start doubting yourself. And then you start questioning, is it the thing? Is it did I do the right thing? And all of those events, it's not the evidence of acting from your true self. And this is why I redesigned my container in a way that it will address your true self. And this is why, for me personally, from what I learned when uh, when I started my business, and also after a decade working as a therapist, after a decade working in Fortune 500 companies, in big tech, big big business decisions, big money, what I notice that until people act in a state of flow. What is a state of flow? The state of flow is when you're acting from the energy of self, not from reactive parts, not from protective parts, not from fearful parts, but from energy of true self. Nothing is landing. You can do like you can do activities, you can do certain activities, and those activities will not land well, and those activities will not produce very good results because you're not addressing those activities from your true self. You're addressing those activities from the place of fear, from the place of reactivity, from the place of control. And when you're acting from the state of self, your challenge becomes your strategy. Your challenge becomes your breakthrough. Your challenge becomes your path forward. And in my program, in 2026, this is exactly why I redesigned it, that when blocking your true self through internal family system approach, through hypnotherapy, because sometimes our conscious mind, our protective parts, they're so strong that we will logically avoid to unblocking our energy of true self. And the IFS and hypnotherapy, they align very well. And hypnotherapy with the right systemic approach, with the right evidence-based approach that are clinically proven. And by the way, this is not clinical psychotherapy. These are tools that I'm using to unblock your true self. When your true self is unblocked, when you operating from the place of calmness, curiosity, uh, connectedness, creativity, confidence, clarity, then we do strategic advisory, because I know from the practical standpoint, I've seen it in my clients as well. When people are operating from the place of scarcity, from the place of fear and reactivity, nothing is landing. Even when it is landing, even when it is landing, people may walk away from their big results that they are like that they have achieved. And This is why also this work that I'm doing right now, I'm only accepting 4 founders, 4 CEOs, 4 service-based entrepreneurs. So who this is for? This is for people who are working at big stakes, CEOs, founders, service-based entrepreneurs, people who have validated offers, people who people who are running successful business, people who know the strategy. People who are not chasing just another strategy, just another funnel, just another launch methodology, just another messaging methodology. People who are really ready to enhance their performance when the results are not showing up. Also, people leaders, CEOs, founders who are navigating business and big life decisions. Maybe it is a personal life situation. Maybe you're running a business and you are going through a divorce and the execution collapses and you need support in their certain time. Maybe you are navigating your business and you are going through a big pivot. That is another area when, like, if you're not acting from the place of true self, your internal CEO, your internal self will collapse. And this is a 6 months program. It's one-on-one program working directly with me. And we start with the foundation. And the foundation is your true self energy. This is not feel good program. This is not motivation. This is not life coaching. This is not like hypnosis feel good container. This is the container for CEOs and founders who are tired of throwing another strategy and hoping that it will work. These are container for CEOs and founders and business owners who are tired of operating from their uncertainty and fear, and rather address the challenge with certainty, with curiosity, with calmness and clarity, because this is the progress. This is what makes progress in your business. Not another strategy, not another funnel, not another not this hesitation. Do I need to do low ticket offer or high ticket offer? In between, what, like, not from the place what do I need to do, but from the place who I am, who I am right now, and what is the question my business, God, the universe is asking me of right now when I'm going through this challenge right now. What do I need? Like, what do I need to, how do I need to show up? What clarity and what creativity I can bring into this challenge? And what is that next level of elevation for me? Not the funnel, not the community, not the playbook, not the email list, but really who I am on the very internal level, and a person that I am, my true self that I am, how I can elevate from this challenge. Because every challenge in life that we are going through, this is not to destroy us. Every challenge that we're going through, this is the strategy. You want a new strategy, you're curious about how do you go to the next level. This is your challenge that you're facing right now. Whatever it is your strategy. It is right in front of you. Life gives you the strategy. Life gives you the lessons. So my container is 6 months. It is working one-on-one with me. It's a private container. It is confidential. And I know there is a lot of speculations about that coaching is unregulated. And I want to say one thing, that I'm a registered hypnotherapist with the state of Washington. And that credentialing also keeps me accountable for your privacy, because I have to keep your information. I have to keep that private. I'm a HIPAA compliant. And I know for CEOs and founders who are working at the big level, um, confidence, right, and the trust is a big thing. So whatever you are bringing to me, like it stays inside. I'm not disclosing anything without your permission. And if we decide to do like an episode together or share testimonial, this is from the permission. Or um, anything that I share is a highly confidential and HIPAA compliant. This is what guardrail for me and guardrail for you for your privacy. The investment for the program is 4,500, and this is the rare opportunity because this like I again I'm working only with four people per quarter, and this is the founder rate, right? This is the program that like I just redesigned this year, and new iteration, and in the next iteration price absolutely will go up, because this is a rare container. Because what is missing in our in self-help, in therapy, in coaching, is the combination of both. Is a combination when founders and CEOs and business owners can be in a container that will help them to navigate big decisions, big life transitions, grief, divorce, pivots, challenges, navigating their uncertainty with a professional who knows human psychology. And I worked in mental health for 10 years as a therapist. I work in mental health as a therapist in Russia. I work in mental health in the United States at various capacity, youth counselor, case manager, you name it, social worker. And I also work in big business environments. I work in Fortune 500 companies on the implementation side, on the business side as well. So I know what you carrying with you, and unfortunately, there are not a lot of containers like that. So the way to work with me, you can set me a DM with the word certainty. The certainty is the name of my private one-on-one container. You can message me certainty in a DM, or you can grab a application. I will put an application link in the comments for this live stream. And if you don't see the link, send me a DM, and I will send you all of the details for the program. And if it is a right fit for you, I will let you know. So I work with founders who already have validated offer. Um, I'm working with business owners who like this is not just another funnel. This is not just another strategy, but rather like founders and CEOs who would like to enhance their performance, enhance their messaging, enhance their resonance, and actually start acting from the place of self. So the outcome when you unlock your true self is absolutely phenomenal. You have flow, internal peace, internal like creativity, and we align on the strategy. I love strategy. I love strategic advisory, but strategic advisory, what I know from my experience, strategic advisory doesn't work until you actually in the right state of mind, until you have congruence between your mind and your heart, until a true self and true CEO is unblocked. All right, send me a DM, and on Friday I'm gonna go live again, and this is the last live stream of my live series. So for the last 2 weeks, I was going live 3 times a week, and I was really bringing home this concept of the mind is a system. the true self is your true internal, your true internal CEO, and how it affects your business. So thank you so much for watching on the replay, on joining me live, and I will see you next time. I will see you on my live stream on Friday. Okay, and all of the replays are available on LinkedIn and YouTube on my both YouTube channels. So if you want to watch the replay, the best place to watch the replay it would be a YouTube, because I just like the restream or replay experience. All right, thank you so much.